Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana, is now in New York.
Whoever their quarterback is in 2027 is going to have a real good time. I mean, maybe Geno Smith can have a little bit of a good time here. But I will say, just from an Omar Cooper Jr. standpoint, his game really grew on me throughout the charting process. First couple of games, I'm like, well, is this just a guy that's a yards after catch threat? And like, don't get me wrong, he's a great yards after catch threat. He might be one of the better yards after catch players I've charted over the last few draft classes. But I think one thing that you saw with him over the course of his collegiate season last year, really knows how to not just read zone coverage, and he's a very smart, good zone coverage reader. He can beat man coverage on these deeper out-breaking routes. That was just all over the film. I got to talk to him before the draft this year. I asked him, what's your favorite route to run? No surprise, it was those deeper out routes, 10 to 15-yard out routes. And I think if you look at just their overall wide receiver room right now, you have a one in Garrett Wilson, who's kind of a move-around guy that is going to separate really well. You have a guy in A.D. Mitchell, who's your classic X on-ball boundary player. They don't really have someone that you can just kind of spit the ball out to and let him create after the catch. So certainly I think Omar Cooper Jr. will fit into that role.
He was one of the guys that did not come from JMU. He was actually there at Indiana when Curt Cignetti got there. Omar Cooper Jr., best known, if you don't remember any play this year, you probably remember the Mendoza to Cooper back in the end zone play to win in Happy Valley to beat Penn State. That was one of the top 5 plays of the year, if not the number 1 play of the year.
Yeah, that drive too, and that's actually why Mendoza was so interesting too. Watching that drive in the last quarter, just hitting a couple throws and then capping it off with Cooper. Cooper, you couldn't help but notice him. Honestly, Mendoza was hitting a lot of throws, but he was catching everything. His ball skills are great. Now he just that one in the back of the end zone, but over the middle, he's tough, making some snags. Not saying he was perfect, but his ball skills and ability to make tougher catches is a standout ability. He's good with the ball in his hands with his kind of, I think his body control and his balance are really standout traits. Curious how he'll bump to the outside. I do think he'll be actually okay at it.
Yeah.
But my kind of comparison for him has been Khalil Shakir plus.
Yeah.
That's been my comparison for Omar Cooper.
He's a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And he's such a tough player too.
Yep.
And he's
bounces off guys, just
high
like
character guy.
does.
There's a cool story about him. And Nate, I know you had a similar experience with Mendoza. When we had him on the podcast, his upload was taken forever. So he's hung back with us afterwards as the video file was uploading. And I had asked him, what's your favorite route to run to kind of go over some of the stuff in his RP profile that was really good. He actually was like, okay, well, tell me what my worst graded route
cool.
is. And it was, I said, I think your curl routes, your kind of those deeper stop routes, are not your best. And he said, that's actually the thing I'm working on right now is this part of it.
You guys connected.
I just thought he was a really high character guy, really wanting to improve. And he's a tough blocker as well. That's going to bring a lot to the Jets. Do I think that he's going to be maximized from a production standpoint in year 1? No, I don't. But again, if they're trying to make their next quarterback's life better, this is a good pick.
I think the boys on sicko time. They love working, man.
They love, dude. They love.
The Indiana, by the way, the Indiana spring game was tonight at 8:00 Eastern time when Fernando Mendoza was getting picked number 1 overall, and that was with a purpose.